Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I've been in the bush for about 2.5 hours now and having to poke around, and I've found remnants of stuff, but I haven't found anything living. There's lots of birds at the moment, but nothing else. So I thought I'd have a sit down and just a bit of a chat, not too long, just have a bit of a chat and tell you what I want to do with the channel. I've uploaded some stuff, but it's been more using pictures that I've got to illustrate the video. So I did a series, like I did 22 facts about scorpions, or 22 facts about spiders, 22 facts about puff adder, 22 facts about venomous snakes. That really, I was just doing that during lockdown because it gives me something to do. But now lockdown is finished, I want to get out in the bush, and I want to try and produce one video a week. As well as going out in the bush and trying to find stuff, I want to do a complete whole series on the biology and natural history of reptiles and invertebrates. I want to bring a lot of the articles that I've written to life to explain certain things. You know, how do they function? How do they overcome certain problems? How do they adapt to particular types of environment? You know, why does the snake not faint when it climbs down a tree? Why does blood not rush to its head? Or when it climbs up the tree, why does blood not rush to its tail? So I want to do a whole series on the biology side as well, and try where I can to illustrate them with living specimens. So, you know, going out in the bush, trying to find stuff, will not just be for a video on what I can find, but to collect stuff that I can use to illustrate those videos as well, which I'm looking forward to. I have this, you know, because I'm a biologist, I like to, all the magazines that I used to write for, I used to cover stuff which other people didn't. And the biology, and you know, and the more you learn about stuff, the more interesting it becomes, and the more you delve into it even deeper and deeper. I want to get out in the bush more and try to do some expedition stuff, whether it's just a few hours poking around like now, or a day trip, or a couple of days, or even a couple of week trips. At the moment we're limited where we can and can't go because the country's been zoned off. And one of the really good areas that I live nearby has been, somebody's bought it and they fenced it off, because there was a pond there and there was a rocky outcrop as well, and I found quite a bit of stuff there. But I can't go there now, so really it's just getting on the bike and exploring other areas now and seeing if I can find new areas of interest. It's easy when you're sat at home thinking, I'm going to do it, and then you always find an excuse not to do it. But when you're out doing it, you enjoy it. So, because a lot of the magazines that I used to write for have now closed down, I thought I've got no excuse not to go out. Otherwise, I'm just sat home doing nothing. Also, what I've been working on is I've written a guide to the biology and natural history of scorpions. And I've also in the process of writing one on a field guide to invertebrates of Botswana as well, because there isn't anything on this country in that area. I've got a book on, what's it called, insects of, I think it's South Africa or Southern Africa. But I've got hundreds and hundreds of pictures of not only insects but spiders and scorpions, which aren't covered in those guides. So I thought, why don't I write one? So I've done a couple of guides, and then I was thinking to myself, well, I'm going to have to get it published now. But the publishing industry, the book publishing industry has gone the same way as the publishing industry for magazines. They just closed down. They're not taking new manuscripts or anything. So I want to self-publish those, but obviously I'm thinking, it's a lot of money to produce a book. So I'm looking at other ways, and the way that I'm thinking about doing it is I'm writing it, I'm going to sell it as chapters. So if I was to cover a chapter on beetles, say, you may cover, say, 15 or 20 species. I would sell that chapter. And then you may cover mantids or something else, and I would sell those. But every time I find new species of beetles, I add those to the chapter, so people buy those as supplements. So the field guide is always growing. It's always covering more species, and it should be really, really in depth. Mine will be quite unique in that it will be something that you build up on all the time. So those are the areas that I want to develop, do the channel, build up this channel with some interesting content, go and explore some really, really cool places, get on the motorbike, and go in the bush, camp overnight, see if we can find some interesting stuff. So we're doing some like expedition type videos. So not only am I covering what I find in the bush, I want to cover a specific area of their biology, really, really go quite deep into it, and use living species to illustrate those videos. If you've got any ideas of subjects you want me to cover or species you want me to cover in depth, put them in the comments and I'll make a note of them. Obviously it's going to take me some time to actually find the stuff to cover, but if I do, then I will cover it in depth. You hear that? That's a go-away bird. It's telling me to go away. I just want to thank you guys that have subscribed. I don't have a lot of subscribers at the moment, but the ones that I do have, I appreciate. And, hopefully I can build on that by putting some decent content out, some interesting stuff that people will find interesting. They'll come back and they'll begin to subscribe, so that can develop the channel into something like a resource, so that you will always come back to, if you want to know about a particular species, you'll come back here, and if you want to know something about their biology, you come back here and search for it, because that's what I want to cover. Oh, I've actually come to a Mapani forest, or a Mapani woodland. Mapani is an important tree in this area because the Mapani moth lays its eggs on the leaf, and when the caterpillar develops, it grows to about the size of your little finger. What the locals do is they take the caterpillar off of the leaf, and then they squeeze the insides out, and then they lay them out to dry in the sun, and they sell them, and they sell, I don't know, hundreds, if not thousands of tons of these caterpillars. They sell them by the cupful, and it costs about £1 for a cup. You can eat them as a snack, but they taste a bit like eating balsa wood. Or you can cook them with onions and tomatoes in a bit of a sauce and have them with pepper. When these caterpillars come in season, we'll go and find some. We'll talk about their life cycle, and we'll cook some up as well. So that'd be quite interesting. So until next time, stay safe, look after yourself, and I'll see you again. Take care. I'm in the Mapani. I'm in a Mapani. Oh, I'm in a Mapa. Oh, I'm in I've actually come to a Mapani forest.